January flew by. I was actually surprised at how much reading I got done and a little bit proud of myself. I'm not pushing myself to read a certain amount of books, but I felt like there were so many that I was just into that it was like rapid fire. I just wanted to keep going. And if I want to, I'm going to. And if I'm not into it, I'm not going to read, if that makes sense. So we're going to do a quick yes, no, or maybe of the 20 books that I read in January. Off with, I read Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. This, I would say, yes to maybe. Like, I thought it was cute. Was it my favorite? No. Did it do its job? And do I think that if someone likes a cute, cozy romance? Yes, with spice. This did have spice in it. I read this for the Sisterhood of the Traveling Books. It was not bad at all. It just wasn't my favorite. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Yes. Along with the second book, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Yes, you can't go wrong with these two books, with this whole series. Read them. Tell Me to Stay by Willow Winters. No. No. Ew. Boring. Snooze fest. In 5 Years by Rebecca Cyril. I would have said yes, but then I read some other great books this month, and now I'm thinking maybe. It's not a traditional romance. It's not necessarily what you think. 15 books that I'm reading by 15 content creators in 2025. This month's pick was Ask for Andrea. Yes, this was a different perspective. I've never read anything from this author. It was fun. I liked it. I enjoyed it. My local book club chose to read The Wedding People. Surprisingly, yes. Would I read it again? Probably not. But did it do something for me in the moment? Yeah, it did. A fun read. So I read Fourth Wing, and I would say yes. And I read Iron Flame. I would say yes. Onyx Storm. I would say yes. Although I was kind of disappointed. Yes, but disappointed. I just wanted more to happen, and I felt what I thought was going to happen. I knew from the very beginning, and it was just like, okay, I gotta wait for it to happen, and then I already knew that was gonna happen. Now I have to wait for the next book to figure out what's actually gonna happen. I don't know. Don't come at me. I love this series? Yes. Will I read the next ones? Absolutely. I just felt like I had it envisioned so big in my head, and then I was kind of like, okay, it was good, but like I wasn't like crying. Heartless? Yes. One of my favorite books I read this month. Hands down, one of my favorite books. If you have not read this book and you don't know Daddy Cade, you are missing out, girl. Read this book. Finlay Donovan is killing it. Yes. This is a hidden gem that no one talks about. No one talks about these books. Fun, funny, an adventure, murder. Yes. Yes, yes. Yes. Pestilence by Laura Talassa. Yes. This was a hidden gem for me too. It's talked about a little bit on Book Talk, but it was better than I thought it was going to be. And the spice, oh my God. Variation. I would say maybe to yes. I like the second half of the book. I feel like some of it was like extra and didn't need to be there, and I was a little bit bored. So maybe. I'm going to go maybe. The Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry. Yes, Miss Berry is a queen. If you haven't read her, you need to read her. I am disturbed and I love it. Love it. Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. This is a definite yes. I did not know what was happening. It kept me guessing until the very end. Yes, Miss Feeney is a fucking genius. Dinner for Vampires by Bethany Joy Lenz. Maybe. I got a little bored and I soft DNF'd it, but I don't think it's because I didn't like it. I just think it was my mood. So I'm hoping to come back to this one. Alice Feeney, Daisy Darker. Yes. This book started out a little bit slow, maybe like the first 4 or 5 chapters, and then bam, we are in the action and we are going. I had no idea what was happening, and I loved every minute of it. Kindle, I read an arc for Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. I did a soft DNF. Don't come at me. I'm sorry. It's about a couple that this is like in the past and we already like know they're together because we read that they're together in the first book on Out on a Limb. I was bored. I was not entertained. I didn't like the couple in the first book. So when you pulled it to the second book, it just wasn't for Amber. I think if you liked Out on a Limb, you're probably gonna like this one. Was Head Cases by John McMahon. I went into this strong and I really liked it. I felt like it was like Criminal Mind. And then I got reading some of like the Fourth Wing series and I just couldn't get myself to go back to it. So I'm doing a soft DNF on it. I will hopefully go back to it. I read The Arc of Irreversible by Jennifer Hartman and Shelley St. Clair. That is 1,000% yes. This one is probably my favorite book that I read all month, all year. I just love it. And I got an arc of that on my Kindle and one coming in the mail today. I wish I had it for this video, but I don't. But I will have a paper copy in my hands. It says by 8:45 p.m. And I'm so excited to put it on my trophy shelf. Yes! I think it was a great month of reading. I had a diverse lineup of books and I loved 90% of them. The ones that I didn't love, I was fine. Like, I decided to DNF. This year, I'm not going to torture myself through books that I don't want to read. So don't feel bad if some of the ones I said were a no for me. That doesn't mean they wouldn't be necessarily a yes for you. They're just not for my mood that I'm in, because we all know Amber's a mood reader. But if you had any recommendations that you read this month that you think I should pick up that I would totally love, drop in the comments, because I'm still adding to my February TBR and I will move things around if you want to read something with me, or if you want me to read something and chat with you about it, because that's what I love. Otherwise, have a good Saturday or a good weekend whenever you're watching this, and I will talk to you soon.